early with this time change. It is, I wake up a little bit earlier, which is cool. But I wanted to show y'all something. I came out here checking on the veggies, and everything is doing good. Let me show a quick little tour. I thinned out my radishes, and what that means is, say like one of these had two next to it. So in order for them to grow a nice size, you take one of them out, the smaller one, the weaker one, whatever. So I actually did that. All I did was look for the weaker one, and then I just snipped it and left those, because you need space for those to get a nice size. So I did that, and I did not throw the stem away, because these are like microgreens. So when you go into the store and you see those sprouts and microgreens, stuff like that, that's what you're getting. You're getting the real young plants. And they were actually good. I ate them. I sure did. And they were good. So my broccoli is doing good. I'm going to have to prop this one up. But they're doing good. You can see where the middle, how they're starting to form. They're starting to form. So I can't wait to see the crown. These are the collards. I mean, they're coming along. I'm excited about that. So I have, what you have over here? Brussels sprouts. They're coming along. They're growing. These are radishes too. I thinned those out. So they're doing good. These are my mustards and some of my kale. They're coming along. I'm going to fertilize them today. I haven't fertilized them since I planted them. So I'm going to do a little fertilizing, and I'm going to water them good. And here are my cabbages over here. They are really coming along. So they're getting big. And so what I want to show you this morning is...
And welcome to Counsel of the Day with Shanrae, and I am Shanrae. So we're going to move on tonight because I have a guest on tonight. As you saw, I started out with Miss Dee-Dee Jackson and her garden, Dee-Dee's garden. And so we're going to move on. Let me start with my website disclaimer, and we're going to go from there. Please be aware that due to the nature of the technology that I'm using, that there can be no assurance of confidentiality when using this online service. It should also be noted that due to changes in policies that are replies are to be used as advisory and informational only, and will not constitute an official determination. Information provided by myself are subject to the limitations of current and available material, but the final responsibility rests with you, the individual. Information online is designed to be helpful. However, this information does change frequently, and it is recommended that you consult another physician, another specialist, and or religious leader to aid you in your overall behavioral wellness. Let's move this along. So this is my website disclaimer. I'm a degree counselor who've acquired a bachelor's of science degree in psychology and organizational management from Ashford University. My great passion is bringing healing to people who have been through traumatic or stressful experiences. Now, we all know that when human beings experience trauma or severe life stressors, it is not uncommon for us to feel like our lives are unraveling. So I help clients who include children, adults, and families to find healthy perceptions of themselves and strengthen their relationships so they can know themselves as peaceful, complete, whole, and safe. Let's move this on. I am a Christian counselor. I'm going to open this up. This has been my scripture for the month. Let me go back. So the scripture for the month comes from Ephesians 4:23, the NIV version. And it says to be made new in the attitude of your minds. Okay. All right. So let's move on to our key points. I want to give just a couple of little things tonight, and then we're going to bring in our guest for this evening because she wants to share, and I want her to share some wonderful things. So our motto for this week is finishing 2023 strong in our health. And so we're going to be talking about our mental health this week. We're going to be talking about our emotional health this week. We're going to be talking about our physical and our dietary needs on this week, and all of that is health, all of our health needs on this week. Tonight we're going to tackle our mental and emotional state. All right, so the key points for tonight are: number one, what is the relationship between mental health and motivation? Number two, how does creativity affect mental health? Number three, why are hobbies good for mental health? Number four is what are ways that hobbies improve our mental health? And number five is which hobbies are the best for boosting our mental health? All right, and tonight we're going to be specifically talking about two, mainly one, but I'm going to show you, as y'all can see behind me, something that I've crocheted. All right. And this helps me with my mental health. All right, so let's move this on really quickly. What is the relationship between mental health and motivation? So the doctor says that her findings indicated that mental health is significantly correlated, all right, with achievement, motivation, but has no correlation with educational success. Okay. Also, a significant relationship was observed between achievement, motivation, and academic achievement. All right. So let's move on to question number two. How does creativity affect our mental health? Creativity. How does this affect our mental health? Creativity reduces anxiety, depression, and stress, and it can also help you process trauma. So studies have found that writing helps people manage their negative emotions in a productive way. Painting or drawing helps people express trauma or experiences that they find too difficult to put into words. So these are just two or three different things that talked about activities that help you through stress and trauma. Hey, Cole, it's so good to see you. Good to see you tonight, Cole. All right. All right. So let's move on to why are hobbies good for mental health? All right. Why are hobbies good for our mental health? Okay, so it says hobbies make us feel good. They help us feel relaxed and help us to unwind from our day. I know I look forward to crocheting. When I can wind down and crochet and create something with my hands, I see something in my mind and then be able to bring it out visually and start working it and creating it with my hands. I know it helps me a lot. Cole said he got to run, just checked in. Okay, so glad that you checked in, Cole. All right, so it says that it helps us relax and unwind during our day, and with the added benefits of lowering our stress levels and our blood pressure. Hobbies can also help us ease existing depression symptoms and also to decrease our risk of developing depression by up to 30%, which that is a whole lot. So let's talk about very briefly ways that hobbies can improve our mental health. Number one, it can improve neuroplasticity. Okay, so according to Stat Pearls, neuroplasticity describes our brain's ability to adapt its activity and structure by forming and using new synaptic connections. The synaptic connections are the electricity that goes between the brain, and it goes like that. And that's what so when it does this, it shows that our brain is working and it's moving. All right. And it also, by lowering our stress levels, I'm sorry, I'm rereading the wrong thing. So forming new synaptic connections, and then we can think of our brain as a big map, which it really is. And there are many ways to get to our destination with thinking. Okay. And sometimes we have to change which way that we're going, switching up what we're doing, switching it up and trying something different to get to where we need to go. So hobbies and habits require us to form new neural pathways, which provide new reference points for our brain to recognize. So number two, the second way that are ways that hobbies can improve our mental health is to also reduce stress. That's number two. So many people use hobbies to decompress from stressful days. When you do something like you're allowing your body to relax, when you do something that you like, We're allowing our bodies to relax and the cortisol levels to drop, which lowers our heart rate and blood pressure while our mood is starting to increase in a good way. All right. So, number two is reducing stress. Number three is helping our self esteem. So, everyone likes to complete things, it brings a self of accomplishment that feels great. And so, as a master of our own hobbies, more and more, our confidence and our self esteem begins to build up. Everyone is busy. We all are. We're all busy. But it's nearly impossible not to feel like we're bouncing from one thing to the next. But when we feel like we don't have enough time to dedicate to our hobbies, remember, these hobbies are all good for us. So we can try to go on and make time. So this is the last thing I want to talk about tonight before I bring my guest on. And it says, which hobbies are best for boosting mental health? So there is one reigning champ of hobbies for mental health. And we're all different. So we will all choose different things that help us relax. But what works for you and what works for me may not yield the same results for somebody else. So it's about finding the right hobby that will we can find value in for ourselves. Number one, journaling. That's number one. That's a great hobby that boosts our mental health. Number two, cooking. That's another great hobby that boosts our mental health. Number three is art, some form of art. Number four is music. Y'all know that's me, art, music, and cooking as well. Music is a wonderful, wonderful mental health booster. Reading, I love reading. That's me. Reading is another mental health booster. Strategic games. Those of us that like games, those are crossword puzzles, word search puzzles, those are great mental health boosters. Exercise. Exercise, whether you like it or not, when you do it, it really does. It helps you your mind settle. It helps you focus better. It helps you relax. Okay. And then spending time in nature. This is where we come into with our guest for tonight. Hobbies that involve going outside, like hiking or gardening, can be great for our mental health. Study shows that being in the sunlight can help boost the body's serotonin production. Serotonin is the naturally occurring neurotransmitters that plays a part in regulating our moods. So according to Harvard Health Publishing, it's called the feel good chemical for a reason. That's serotonin. So when our body produces the right amount of serotonin, we feel happy and we feel calm. It lowers the level, and when our lower levels of serotonin are associated with mood disorders like depression. Okay, so let me get to our takeaway real quick because I want to bring our guest in. I'm so happy to have her on tonight. I've been enjoying her post on social media, and it's been so enlightening. So I want to go on and do the takeaway now, and I'm not going to, because we're just going to take the rest of the time and be on with our guest for this evening. All right, so our takeaway says spending time on an activity that you enjoy can improve your mental health and well-being. In fact, people with hobbies may be less likely to experience stress, low mood, and depression. Activities that get you out and about can make you feel happier and more relaxed. So the quote that I want to leave you with before we jump in with our guest, it's by Dr. George Bernard Shaw. And he says that happy is the man who is living by his hobby. Happy is the man that is living by his hobby, by George Bernard Shaw. So without further ado, I want to bring in our guest for this evening, Miss Desireen Dee-Dee Jackson. Hold on, let me put this on the both of us. Oh my goodness, can you introduce yourself to the audience? Can't hear you.
Hello, everyone.
There we go.
My name is Dee-Dee Jackson, and my good sister, Shanrae, I love her. I love you, and I am excited to be on here today to share. And I'm excited that you would even be excited about my journey right now. And I feel like
Yes.
I feel like it's not just my journey, but it's all of our journey. Whoever follows me and chimes in, or some are just sitting in the background and they're watching. But I'm excited to be here tonight and share.
Oh my goodness. I have a brief video that I'm going to put on real quick. I was able to get a personal tour today, earlier today, of her beautiful garden. So I'm going to put this on while we're there, and then we're going to jump in. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask. We will stop, pause, and we will answer them. But we're talking about our emotional and mental health and well-being, and how we're going to end 2023 strong with improving our health this week. This is the week that we're going to be talking about that. So I'm going to add this in.
Amazing job with her beautiful vegetables and her rosemary and the onions and everything, and the kale and the spinach. Let me go over here real quick, and then we're gonna turn. I am just, this is, and it's so relaxing back here. It is so
This is
beautiful.
collards.
These are collards. Oh yes.
This row and the middle row is collards.
Okay.
I planted them at different times so it won't all be together. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's called succession planting.
Okay.
And all of these is broccoli.
Broccoli.
And so they got to form the crown in the middle.
Yes.
And then we'll even be able to eat the leaves.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I'm looking for. So I wanted to give y'all a glimpse. I personally was able to get in Dee-Dee's garden, and I'm telling you, this is so beautiful.
And you know, these are the radishes right here.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
beautiful.
Lighter.
These are Dee-Dee's mustards.
Those are mustard greens. The darker ones are kale.
Okay.
That's kale. But you can see the light green.
Yes.
Those are
the
all mustard greens. And I planted those from seed. That from seed.
She got this from seed.
That from seed. So I seeded them in the ground.
Okay.
And then I did my spinach, lettuce, and carrots in the ground.
And I
from
can't
seed.
Wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait till they grow so we can eat them.
Honey, listen.
Look at how beautiful. And I love how she was saying you have to put the rosemary in it to repel the bugs and everything.
And even these right here,
those are beautiful.
They help to repel insects too.
I like the way she.
But then Mr. Jackson has created
her boxes.
My boxes. To keep, and all of this.
Yes, to keep the.
He is the contractor.
Yes.
The designer to keep everything.
I'm about to show you.
To protect it.
This is the one who built these boxes right there. That's Mr. Jackson. That's the husband. And then there's mine over there.
And so, and then we're gonna. He's actually right. So over here is where we're getting ready to do another
section of. Oh yes.
So this is gonna be fed this way and across. And this is gonna be the summer. We're planting the spring.
Okay.
So December, I'll start seeding my stuff inside.
Okay.
And probably maybe in this greenhouse right here.
Okay.
I'll start my seeds.
She's got this beautiful greenhouse. Okay.
Yeah, I'll start my seeds.
Okay.
And that way I'll get a jump on it. So when spring, it's time to plant, I'll have some nice plants and I'll just put them in the ground.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
This is, oh my goodness, guys.
So Mr. Jackson is designing this over here.
Oh, that's gonna be nice.
With the arches, because I want to do little baby watermelons.
Oh, yes, I can't wait for
that.
And
the loofahs and all of that. So that's gonna be exciting with all that.
And I want to show y'all this bonus right here. So look. She got her hot tub as well.
Okay, so I want to start out by asking, how long have you been gardening, and what has it done for you mentally and emotionally?
Okay, so the gardening, actual gardening, it may be, I want to say maybe, what's this? Maybe 3 months. Actual gardening.
Wow.
Like, it happened so suddenly. Now I've had plants inside and all, but and I was learning then. But it really happened, the seed was planted when COVID first started. When COVID first hit, my son, we were talking about how we need to start eating healthier, like really eat healthier, and we need to start learning how to grow our own foods. The government, all
Mhm.
that stuff like that.
Yes.
And so we
Yes.
started talking about hydroponic gardening. That's when you garden with just the water, not in soil. And so we were just talking about just different things. And so time just kept going on. And I said, well, you know what? Let me learn how to take care of the plants inside first. And if I can learn the concept of taking care of the plants, the different needs and stuff like that, then I might would venture out into the food part, right? So that's what I did. And so what it has done for me is that it gives me focus when life is lifing
Right.
and life be lifing.
It
Okay,
does.
it gives me it when I wake up in the morning. Let me back up just a little bit. So I am married now, but my before this marriage, my husband passed in a car accident, and you know this, Cherie, uh,
Yes.
April 23rd of 2022, which was last
Yes.
year.
Yes.
For everybody, let everybody know the husband I'm married to now. It was my first love. We were sweethearts, all that kind of stuff. So I didn't just jump out there and get somebody and just marry. Okay, all right.
Right.
So what ended up happening was because this is where the emotional connection is.
Yes.
So you have the funeral and you get all these plants, and a lot of times people give you peace lilies. Peace lily is the like most popular one. And so I had
Yes.
got some peace lilies and I got some orchids, which orchids were terrifying me, but now I'm doing better, and all this kind
Okay.
of stuff. And so I desire to keep them alive
Yes.
because it just felt like a connection to my husband who had passed tragically. So
Yes.
that gave me something to nurture because I'm a nurturer. I'm a
Yes.
chef. I'm used to cooking. I'm used to feeding people. I'm used to taking care of. So now, when that thing, when he passed, it snatched me out of what the role that I was used to operating in.
Yes.
So the plants kind of like took that place in a
Right.
sense. Because now I gotta
Right.
feed you. I gotta make sure you're
Mm.
watered. I gotta make sure you're not dying. If you look sick, I gotta take care of you. All that kind of
Yes.
stuff. So it made me have it. It gave me a purpose in that way.
Right.
Then everything spinned off of that. So now out here, and it's amazing because um my husband, Mr. Jackson,
Mm.
he's such a visionary as well. So when I started talking about um, wanting to learn how to garden, I found this young lady on Instagram. She lives out in Douglasville, and she was giving a workshop on gardening. She's retired real estate
Mm.
agent. Her husband is retired NFL player. Naya Williams Brown. You can find her on Instagram. And so I was like, you know what? Let me go try this. Went,
Yes.
paid for the workshop, went out there. I was flabbergasted. She's raising chickens. She got the three separate gardens. It was amazing.
Wow.
It was
Wow.
just amazing. And she was talking about how when they were living in Atlanta, how they were going to the doctor, how the doctor was telling them that they had all these physical issues, high blood pressure, diabetes, all these things like that. They didn't want to take the
Wow.
medication. So when they moved out to Douglasville and they started growing the food and they started juicing, so now you have your fresh fruits and your fresh vegetables right there. They started juicing, going out to the garden,
Yeah.
relaxing. You're tilling the soil, you're tending to your vegetables and all that. They went back to the doctor after so many months. All of their numbers fell down.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
what this has done to when I came back, I told my husband. He said, "I already know you got a honeydew list." I I just started saying different things, right? And
Right.
started studying. And I was like, oh, I think this and this, that. And he would be up to 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And he would be building and and so that's how this came about. And it's just there's a sense of accomplishment
Right. Right.
when
Right.
you have planted the seed, or you've gone to the store and like a Home Depot or Lowe's or a feed store, a nursery, somewhere like that, and they might have already started to plant. Either way,
Right.
they could start it, but you got to keep that thing alive.
Right. Right. And we just played the video for those of y'all that are just jumping on, because we have people on Facebook. I'm on YouTube as well, and we're on Twitter. And they're and so yeah, some of y'all didn't see the video of us walking through her garden, and her garden is like kind of like sort of her husband built it for her outside. It's kind of on the level of a raised garden
It's a
almost,
raised bed. It's
a
raised bed.
raised bed garden. So she has different sections in her backyard with her different. It is so amazing. And you see where you got the little baby ones that she just planted and she's tilling, and then you got the ones in the same beds that's growing up, and she
Uh-huh.
has different things in there. And just walking through her garden was so relaxing. You know, the air is different
Yeah.
when you go in the backyard with vegetables and fruits and fresh
Uh-huh.
herbs being grown. The
Mhm.
air, it smells cleaner. It feels
Yeah.
cleaner out there. And
Yeah.
so, like you said, I can understand how people's blood pressure and everything is going down while you eating, going back to eating from the earth and what
Yeah.
you're growing yourself. And you know, a lot of celebrities are starting to do that. Even not Kim Fields, with the little one from the
Yeah.
Cosby Show.
Yes. Now she left
Her
Hollywood,
and her husband, yeah.
and they're what you call homesteading. Where
Yes.
they're living off the land, they're planting. She's homeschooling her kids and all that.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
And these are celebrities that's choosing this type of lifestyle and everything. I want to ask a question.
Okay.
How expensive was it for you to start doing what you're doing?
Okay. So the depending on so I don't use any chemicals. Okay, it's organic. Everything's organic. So what I found I I would say we could go by one raised bed. Um, and my husband could probably say a better amount, but I'm just going to give you a guesstimate. He built it, so of course we didn't have to. He went and
Right.
got the wood. He's a contractor, so I would say maybe one of the square beds to start with the soil and the plants and all, maybe $100.
That
I'm get I'm guesstimating,
guys,
or a little
guys,
over 100, but that's
listen.
starter.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, we spend that on going to dinner somewhere.
Right. Now that's starting up because you got your 2x4s. And you know what? I'm glad you asked that question, because I'm actually, when he gets home, I'm gonna ask him that question. I am gonna do a price list, because I am gonna be offering some workshops in the future. Um,
Good.
so so that's the startup. Now, once you get your soil, your first initial startup, every year you don't have to start all over again.
Right.
So say like when one of the beds, it may, because the weather changes. So
Right.
certain crops, after the weather changes, these are cold weather crops.
Yes.
So you grow certain things in the wintertime. Then
Yes.
some things you grow in the summertime.
Mhm.
So my goal, that's going to bring the price down even more, is me planting growing my mines from seed, everything. That's my goal. And with
Okay.
that, I'm going to be able to cut costs a lot, because if you go to like to go get the plants that are already started, it may be
Yes.
$6 for a tray of 6 of them, but a pack of seeds, where you may get 40 something, 50 something seeds, maybe only $2.
Right, right. But I did see something out there, and I'm going to play this video again for those of us that are on. I'm going to pause and play it again in a few minutes. Dee also has grow bags that were in the back,
Yes.
and her cabbages are in the grow bags, and they're growing beautifully.
So the grow bags are really, I mean, they're effective anywhere you are. So when people say, "Well, I don't have the space, I don't have the yard," first of all, let me say this: we're renting,
Right.
so when we leave, everything coming with us.
I know that's right.
It's not
Include,
going. We didn't
include
dig
the
up in
hot
the
tub.
include baby. Listen, that's true. Do
Include the
you
hot
hear
tub.
me? But so what I'm saying is, you don't have to dig down in the ground.
Right.
You can order the grow bags. I think I got like 6 of them for like $12.
Wow.
I
Wow.
even have milk crates. You know, the crates. All you have to do is line that up with the weed guard, which is the black. It's what gardeners lay out in the garden, and then they may put their rocks on top or their mulch or whatever. That's to keep the weeds from coming up. I lined some of those, put my soil in there, and put some plants in there. You can grow in anything.
Yes. Yes. And I love when we walk through your, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna play it again, guys.
Okay.
I'm gonna play it again because I want those that are on now. I want you all to see how beautiful and how it's an assortment in her garden, Dee garden. She has the grow bag, she has the raised beds, she has
Greenhouse.
the greenhouses. She got I'm gonna show, I'm gonna play it again. It's this is amazing.
Up in Dee-Dee's garden. All right, and I got a first-hand view of Dee-Dee's garden. As you can see what they are so beautiful. And she is doing such an amazing job with her beautiful vegetables and her rosemary and the onions and everything, and this kale and the spinach. Let me go over here real quick, and then we're gonna turn. I am just, this is, and it's so relaxing back here. It is
So this is
beautiful.
collards.
These are collards. Oh
On
yes.
this row and the middle row is collards.
Okay.
I planted them at different times so it won't all be together. You know what I'm saying? It's called
Yes.
succession planting.
Okay.
And all of these is broccoli.
Ah, broccoli.
And so they got to form the crown in the middle.
Yes.
And then we'll even be able to eat the leaves.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I'm looking for. So I wanted to give y'all a glimpse. I personally was able to get in Dee-Dee's garden, and I'm telling you, this is so beautiful.
And you know, these are the radishes right here.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
Beautiful.
lighter.
These are Dee-Dee's
mustard.
mustards.
Those are mustard greens. The darker ones are kale.
Okay.
That's kale. But you can see the light green.
Yes.
Those are
the mustards.
all mustard greens. And I planted those from seed. That from
You hear this?
seed.
She got this from seed.
That
Okay.
from seed. So I seeded them in the ground.
Okay.
And then I did my spinach, lettuce, and carrots in the ground.
And I
From
can't
seed.
wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait till they grow so we can eat them.
Honey, listen.
Look at how beautiful. And I love how she was saying you have to put the rosemary in it to repel the bugs and everything.
And even these right here,
those are beautiful.
they help to repel insects too.
I like the way she.
But then Mr. Jackson has created
her boxes.
my boxes
To
so,
keep-
and all of this.
Yes, to keep the.
He is the contractor,
yes.
the designer, to keep everything.
I'm about to
it
show
keeps
you.
it protected.
This is the one who built these boxes right there. That's Mr. Jackson. That's the husband. And then there's mine over there.
And so,
Okay.
and then he's actually,
Right.
so over here is where we're getting ready to do another
Section
bed.
of, oh yes.
So this is going to be fed this way and across. And this is going to be the
Beautiful.
summer We're planting the spring.
Okay.
So December, I'll start seeding
Okay.
my stuff inside.
Okay.
And probably maybe in this greenhouse right here.
Okay.
I'll start my seeds.
She's got this beautiful greenhouse. Okay.
Yeah, I'll start my seeds.
Okay.
And that way I'll get a jump on it. So when spring, this time to plant, I'll have some nice plants and I'll just put them in the ground.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
This is, oh my goodness, guys.
So Mr. Jackson is designing this over here.
Oh, that's gonna be nice.
With the arches, because I want to do little baby watermelons.
Oh, yes, I can't wait for
and
that.
And the loofahs and all of that. So that's gonna be exciting.
With all that. And I want to show y'all this bonus right here. So look. She got her hot tub as well.
Okay, so getting back to, like I said, I love how she started where she was. Neva said awesome. Yes, Neva. And Dee-Dee started this 3 months ago. She said 3 months ago, and look at how it's grown in 3 months and everything. And I love how because we talk often. So Dee-Dee talks about how when she gets up in the morning, gets herself together and everything, her coffee, whatever, and she goes straight out to her garden to check on her babies.
I do. It's so relaxing. I mean, you have to go and check on them too. Now, I have been blessed because the way that my husband has built everything, it's protected from a lot of the moths and the bugs that might eat them up and stuff like that. However, I still go check on them. You know, I'm checking, I'm looking, and sometimes I'll go out there a couple of days, and it's like, okay, they look good. Are they really growing? And then a couple of days later, I'm like, oh, okay, I see. You know, it's like they'll just jump up. But I'll go out there because, you know, by the jacuzzi, there's another tent. And I drink my coffee. I'll sit out there. Sometimes I have my speaker. I'll play my praise and worship. We play jazz for the plants. we play we play music
she
for the
plays
plants.
Music for her plants,
we play
guys.
Music. Listen, I'll be like, "Hey, my baby."
I love it. I love it.
You know,
that's why they're growing so beautifully.
Yeah, we have
the
TLC. We have placed well, Mr. Jackson has placed the speaker in the middle of the garden, and we'll be out there doing stuff, and he'll just be playing different music, different jazz and stuff. So, but it's really, really, really girl, it's a mess. But it's really relaxing. What it has done is really given me focus. Sometimes when you have a lot going on in life, and we always got stuff going on in life, it gives you an escape. It's an escape.
It does, yeah.
You know, and so you can. It's like taking a breath. That exhale. It's like an exhale, and so that's what it's done for me. It is really, I'm excited. Sometimes I'm sleeping or I'm not sleeping, kind of, sort of. And I'm thinking about the garden. I'm like, oh, what am I going to plant next time? And, you know, and really this was supposed to start off with just one bed. I'm just going to plant a little bit. I'm just going to plant 2 or 3 things. Girl, you know I'm so extra, right?
Y'all just saw her whole backyard. It is so beautiful. Can you tell the viewing audience, give them some examples of some of the winter vegetables and stuff that you're
so with the winter vegetables
and herbs and stuff. Yes.
Right. The winter vegetables are called brassicas. So what you think about is all of your cabbage, kale, chards, like Swiss chards, your rainbow chard, your lettuces, your spinach, your carrots, those things that are rooted in the ground, carrots, beets, radishes, garlic. Now garlic and onions take it could take up to 10 months. But when it comes up, you have a big harvest. Yeah, because you put them in the garden in the ground, and it takes that long to mature. Um, what I said, all your greens, cabbage. I mean, your mustards, your collards, your turnips. your Brussels
Okay.
sprouts, broccoli, those things. And yeah, I think those are the things that are winter, they call hardy, cold hardy vegetables. In other words, they could take a frost. They could take, now we still, I'm not
Oh,
saying you don't protect them, because you might want to put a little cloth on them. Like when we had a couple of weeks ago, I think the week after Halloween, we had our first frost, light frost. Well,
yes,
we
we did.
protected
It
our
did.
babies, you know. And a
Okay.
lot of times,
Yeah.
sometimes they'll be looking like they done ran through the ringer, but then
Okay.
they'll come back up because they're made. That's what they're designed to do. And they say
Right.
that your collards and all they taste better after that frost.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes. So those are the vegetables
All
that you would
right.
have. And in the herbs, you'll have like the thyme is
Oh,
out there. Basil don't do too
okay.
good. But I'm gonna start something inside because I have some grow lights. So I'm gonna
Oh,
start some herbs inside, and then when the summertime
okay.
comes, springtime, I can move them outside and all. But yeah, those are some of the things, and you got to learn what's in season, what's out. It's like you got to operate
Right.
in the right season.
Just like
It's
we
like
do.
and
That's why this month is dedicated to ending 2023 strong. And how we're going to do that is we're going to motivate ourselves. We started last week. First start with motivating us. Start talking to yourself. Tell
huh.
whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to do it. I showed y'all. I've been wanting to learn how to sew since I was a child.
Mm-hmm.
Finally broke down and bought a sewing machine last year. My schedule was congested all year long. But 3.5 weeks ago, I took my first lesson from Miss Deborah. She's a family friend of ours, and she's an excellent seamstress. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and she started me on my, and I showed y'all last Thursday what I did. All the stitches was terrible. I couldn't get a straight line to save my life. But you know what?
You
I'm
keep doing
starting
it.
it, and I'm going to keep doing it, and I'm going to keep building. This week is dedicated to ending 2023 strong, and our mental health, our
Yes.
emotional health, and our dietary health, and our physical health. Tonight, we're talking about our mental and our emotional health. And the way we're doing it is one way everybody can do it, which doesn't cost a lot of money for us to get into a hobby. Tonight,
Yes.
I just want to show y'all this. But this is about Dee-Dee. I just want to show you this. I crochet. I was taught by a church mother. Let me see this at my grandfather's church. She taught me how to knit and crochet.
Beautiful.
This is a hoodie, winter white hoodie scarf. I folded up and put it with pockets and hoods in the pockets, and you can rock this over your turtlenecks, over anything. I I had forgot about it for a long time. Forgot about that. Started picking it back up a couple of years ago. When my daughter asked me, I actually surprised her, and the Lord will lead you to do certain things.
Mm-hmm.
I started looking at people was they were buying these snoods, and so what it was a big hood with a turtleneck.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I kept looking, and I said, I could make that. I could make that myself.
Yeah.
And I just kept looking. I kept looking at the design, opened up my phone, kept looking at it. And I'm looking at it, and I say, you know what? Let me go get me some yarn and get me some needles. And I started making it, and I had it ready for my daughter for her birthday in January. And when I gifted it
Mm-hmm.
to her, amongst other stuff, she said, I was just about to buy me one of these. She said, you made me one. This is better than what I was gonna buy. And so
Mm-hmm.
from there, other people started watching her. And we coming out of COVID. So I made the snoot where you can pull the turtleneck up,
Oh
and it'll be
wow.
be a
Uh-huh.
mask, and a hood. So she called me one day and said, Mama, I forgot my mask. And that they wasn't letting people in the stores at the time if you didn't have a mask. But she had her hoodie snoot on and pulled it up.
Pull it out.
She said the whole time trying to shop in the store, people kept saying, where did you get that from? Where did you get that? Oh my
Uh-huh.
gosh, that is so stylish and beautiful. And she said, my mama made it for me. And I started getting orders.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, the crocheting, I love crocheting. And then I started looking at other stuff, and I'm saying, I can make that. I started getting orders for making two-piece bikinis, two-piece thong bikinis, skirts, shorts, of course, a little like sweater vest, and of course this is something quick and simple. Like I said, for
Mm-hmm.
me, a hoodie scarf with pockets. But the Lord started bringing this stuff back to
Yeah.
me from a
Yeah.
child. Knitting and crocheting, and when I say it is so relaxing, and to be able to make a small supplemental income off of if I get the orders in. I do hat sets, I do for
Mm-hmm.
men, I do for women, for children. Like I said, I got an order in to make a bikini, a two-piece bikini. And I was like, my niece Kimmy, she said, Auntie, can you make me this? And it all black. I'm going to she was going on vacation, and rather than her going nude, I said, I'll make you a thong one.
Cause that
I
doggone Kimmy.
took her measurements. I know, right? Took her
Oh.
measurements, made it, sent her a picture and mailed it to her. Huh. That thing there, I mean, it looked good on her. So I started getting other orders in for two-piece bikinis, one-piece skirt sets, short sets, all kinds of
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Listen, and even with doing this, it is so I look forward to sitting down and creating.
Mm-hmm.
It is a mood booster. That serotonin, like I read earlier, it starts kicking in.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I wish I had a green thumb, but I like what Dee Dee says to me all the time. We're gonna start where we are. I'm gonna start with doing something in my house.
Yeah.
Try to look at it, take it one step at a time. Because I always wanted to grow my own tomatoes and cucumbers and peppers,
Mm-hmm.
the red and the yellow, my own peppers, so I can you sit there and cook with them. My
Yeah.
own stuff, like she said, basil, rosemary, thyme. I want to do my own herbs too. So I'm watching her and I'm learning because I want to learn how to do this. I'm gonna take it slow, but I want to
Mm-hmm.
learn how to do this and then be able to eat what I grow. So,
Yeah.
Dee
So
Dee, take it away.
and what I always say and what I've learned is that it's not that you don't have a green, it's not that you don't have a green thumb, it's that you don't have the knowledge.
Right. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry, Neva. Thank you. She says she's loving the scarf. Thank you. I take orders, y'all. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just that you don't have the knowledge. If I wouldn't sit here
Yeah.
and follow the
Yeah.
people, read, look at the videos, I follow a lot of people that garden. And let me
Right.
tell you, there's a lot of young people that are getting into gardening, growing your own food and all that. Um, and so it's a lot of things that it's lost. So when you say crochet, knitting, my mother used to
Yeah.
crochet and knit. Uh,
Yeah.
she would just buy me some yarn out the discount box, and I would just do one thing, just
Yeah.
one thing,
Oh,
just one.
yeah.
I never made anything, but
Hey.
just the act of doing it. It was sitting and
Yes.
doing it, and a lot of times I find that nowadays it's a lot of it's lost. What we used to do when we were younger, what our parents did, and all of that. And a lot of times, even though they were going through stuff, they were a lot less stressed because they found the
Right.
things to do to be creative. One of the things that we used
Yes.
to do, my aunt always had a puzzle. We used to do puzzles. So I had
Yes.
gotten a puzzle,
Yes.
and my grandkids was looking at me like, a puzzle, and
Yes.
so they didn't know what to do. And
Yeah.
so they
You got
just
to.
threw
They
the
don't know
thing.
how to piece this stuff
And
together.
how do you? I said, "This what you okay? No, it's a science to this.
It's a science. That's right.
You got
Exactly.
to do separate the pieces. We got to do it by color, and then you got to do the border. Then you fill it in.
Right.
Then
Right.
Mr. Jackson, because you got to take over everything. Here you come. You sitting over there. I said, you want to? Well, let me see. Not. And he gets obsessive. Now you done finished the whole puzzle. Gonna call me one day. I'm out. I need you to pick up another puzzle.
You need to get the little small ones with 10,000 pieces for him.
But I'm saying that to say,
He'll be like,
yeah, give you busy, busy, like busy, busy, right?
yes. And I'm laughing because Dupree, when I say Dupree love puzzles, so you got to get the small ones with the
Yeah,
10,000
make
pieces
them
for
think
him.
a long
He'll be up in the
time.
little in his room.
But I think,
So I only got this much of it.
yeah, I think it's exciting though because I want to leave a legacy in ways that's not just finances to my
Right.
grandchildren, you know,
Yes.
and then it also brings family time. When my
It
husband and I are
does.
out there in the garden, it's family time.
Yes.
We're able to, even when we're sitting here, we're talking about what you think, what you know, planning it out and talking
Yes.
about the science of it. You
I'm
know,
sorry. Neva said we wrong for that. She said the small one's 1,000 pieces.
10,000. We said
10,000
10,000.
pieces, Neva. 10,000.
You
It'll
got
keep
to
them
be
busy though.
strategic. Listen, you got to be strategic. You hear me?
Yes, you do.
Listen, when he
Oh,
got into it, I knew it was over for me because if I touch anything, that don't go right there. Really? I'm the one who got this puzzle. But guess
it don't
what?
matter. It
You
don't
right.
matter.
I'm about to go to bed. You stay up as long as you need to.
I know that's
But you
right.
know,
Yeah.
some things that we learn to do, whatever that hobby is, whether it's cooking, painting. I know that you like them coloring book things, don't you? That would
Yes.
drive me
Oh my
absolutely
gosh. I
crazy.
love it.
No, that would drive me crazy.
I love it. The
Uh
detail.
huh.
Everything sitting there trying. Oh, I
And
love
I'll
it.
buy. Look, I will buy you as many as you want. But listen, I'm not gonna be the one. Now, now,
Right.
I could go in the kitchen. Sometimes I'll look in the refrigerator and be like, let me pretend like I'm on the show Chopped, and let me challenge myself. What can I? These items I could take and then create a dish. You know what I'm saying? That's another reason why I like the
And I want to
garden.
pause real quick. Right. That's why I want to pause real quick. I didn't introduce Dee Dee as Chef Desi. She is a professional chef by trade, and I know she's going to get into this. Is what started her with gardening as well. Take it
Mhm.
away.
So, at being a chef, I wanted to become closer connected to my food. The reason why I say that, so if you go into a store and you are Kroger's, Walmart, Publix, you're going to see maybe four different types of tomatoes. You're not going to see anything besides that. You're going to see the Roma tomatoes, the beefsteak, the vine tomatoes, and the cherry tomatoes.
And the grape, the
The
cherry and the
cherry.
grape. Yeah.
You're not going to
Mm-hmm.
see the
Mm-hmm.
black
Right.
beauties. You're not going to see all these other heirloom tomatoes. You're not going to see all of that. You go and publish the same thing. Lettuce, how many lettuces? Even at Nam de Moon, you're going to get the loose leaf, the red leaf, the
Right.
iceberg, the romaine, and the
And the
buttermilk,
butter.
and the
Sometimes you find that
buttermilk.
butter. The
You're
butter
going
leaf.
to see
Mm-hmm.
kale, one kind. It's just going to be regular kale.
Yeah.
And it's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that. But what I'm saying, broccoli. Do you know all the different types of broccoli that they got? I didn't know.
Now you can go to Publix, and that's the only place I know where you can buy broccoli raw.
And
Is
you
in
could buy it
Publix.
over there at Nam de Moon too.
Oh,
However, there's so many different
okay.
brands. There's so many so
Right.
I'm saying that to say I needed to widen my perspective I wanted to as being a chef to know what do they really have out here. You know? So
Yes.
like I learned, and this may sound crazy, but so I'm from New Orleans, all right? So bell pepper, like our trinity what we cook with is onion, celery, bell pepper. That's the trinity. That's going to be in every dish. Garlic
Mm,
is the pope.
okay.
That's the pope. Now, you
Okay.
look at other cultures,
Mm,
they have like a sofrito that has tomatoes and onions, and it's just,
Yes.
and that's their base.
Right.
The Asian people, they have their five spices, and then the Indian people, they got their.
Yes.
So I would stuff bell peppers. You know, we do seafood stuffed bell peppers. You use the green bell pepper,
Yes.
but I never really liked cooking with bell pepper because it has a bitterness to it.
Mm.
Well, then I
Ooh,
started getting
okay.
into using the colorful peppers, right? The red, orange,
Mm.
and yellow, even the little small sweet peppers.
Yeah.
Now, I never knew, and this almost sounds embarrassing to me, but by researching and watching these people with growing bell peppers, they say you could pick this right now, green bell pepper, or you can leave it on the vine and let it ripen. That's when it turns red, yellow, and orange.
Mm.
We've been eating unripened peppers.
Oh.
Do you hear me?
And look, and enjoying it too. I love me some green pepper.
But now
But
what
I
they'll
love me some,
do
but I
now,
love me the red, orange, and the yellow.
and a green tomato is an unripened tomato. But they'll charge. So listen to this.
And they grow.
The marketing, right? Green bell pepper. I don't know who
Right.
made that decision to say that bell pepper. That's how we should. The masses. That's the majority of what everybody eat. And the unripened one, right? And then the colorful ones, they're ripened, but they charge you more for it, right? But now the
Uh-huh.
green
They sure
tomato is an
do.
unripened tomato, but they charge you more for the unripened tomato and charge you less for the ripened tomato because that's what we're used to. That's how they've marketed it.
Uh-huh.
Isn't that so? So
And
it
I'm writing down here. You see me writing. I'm sorry. I'm writing that you're giving nuggets. You just told us about green peppers are
they're unripened.
unripened peppers.
So and the colorful peppers are more nutritious. You have more vitamins because they've
Uh,
stayed on the vine and they've ripened. Okay. Right.
uh-huh.
So I wanted to get more acquainted with my food as a chef, which would allow me to be more, to explore more and to be more creative with my dishes. I feel like it's just it would be crazy as a chef, especially the direction that I want to go in, because I love to experiment. For me to not go beyond right here.
Right.
I'm a chef that didn't go into the restaurant. So I didn't there's some things that I might not have, I miss and I might not have missed. I don't know. But right now I'm teaching myself. I'm allowing the Holy Spirit to teach
Right.
me.
Right. Right. Right.
And I cannot
Yeah.
wait. Like I went out there and picked a leaf off of the kale or something and eat it. And I'm like, and actually chewing it, you can take the waters coming out the stem. Like
Yeah.
to experience food differently, and I want others to experience food differently.
Yes. I'm writing while you talking. I'm putting down here. I'm telling you, I'm so excited about this, about how you just gave us a nugget. Um, and that's why we're charged more for the red, orange, and the red, orange, and the
Yep,
yellow peppers, because those are the ripened ones. And the green peppers, the green tomatoes are the but they charge more for the green tomatoes.
because
But
the red tomatoes, we're used to that. So you got to think of
right,
marketing. That's
right,
that's what we're used to. So what we're not used to is the unripened tomato. So they can't charge you more for the tomato because that's regular. Like green bell
right,
peppers, that's regular.
right,
And think about this: when you ship bell
right.
peppers, it's easier to ship a bunch of green bell peppers than it is to, because they're not fully ripened, than it is to ship a bunch of colorful
Uh-huh.
peppers because then they'll become overripe. Because a
Okay.
lot of our fruits and vegetables are coming from overseas and also they gotta be, they're not ripening everything on the vine. That's why a lot of stuff don't even taste the way that they used to taste. That's why we need to start growing our food again. Or go
Right,
to these
right,
local
right.
farms. go to these local farms here in Georgia, in McDonough. There is a farm. I can't remember the name of it. It's black owned, and you could go. They grow everything on the land right there, and you can get all your stuff there. It tastes differently, and they organically
Where's
grow.
this at?
Atlanta,
Where's
it's
this at?
in McDonough. Atlanta Farmers, I think it is. Just if everybody, whoever
Okay.
wants to go visit them, you Google um farm, black farm or Atlanta farm in McDonough. And it's a father and his sons that run this farm.
So we're gonna Google Atlanta
Atlanta
Black Farm.
Farmers.
Atlanta
I wonder if I can, let me see
Black
something right quick.
Farmers
Did it take,
in McDonough. I'm just
am I still
I'm
on,
putting this in the
Sheree?
uh-uh. No, it just went black.
I'm sorry, did I take myself
Hey
off?
Crystal, how are you? Hi
I can't hear
Crystal. Now
you.
you back on. You back on now. You can't hear me. Uh-oh. You gotta unmute.
Okay.
Unmute your phone.
Oh wait.
Unmute. Unmute your
Hello?
phone. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
You can't. I can hear
Wait.
you. Yes. So what Dee was saying was to for us to Google Atlanta Black Farmers. They grow everything organically there, and the prices
Kareem,
are very reasonable. I'm glad she told me about this. Told us about this because I'm actually going to
I
do
can't
this.
even. I can't
Excuse me,
hear.
y'all. I'm writing this down. Go out and come back
Oh,
in.
come out and come. Okay.
Go out and come back in. Yeah, yeah. Go out and come back in. Yeah. So she's gonna come back in, and I'm writing y'all. I'm writing this down because Dee is sharing some nuggets with us on tonight. Those of us that live in Atlanta and Georgia, she's saying to Google Atlanta Black Farmers, and
I'm back.
if we were interested, can you hear us? There we go. I'm writing
Yeah.
this down. So can you tell the viewing audience again about the Atlanta Black Farmers? The girls 10 o'clock. We're gonna be wrapping this up soon. But can you let them know about the Atlanta Black Farmers in
Okay. And
McDonough
what I'll do
again?
is I'll come back and put it in the comments when I find the address and everything. But it's a black owned farm in McDonough,
Okay.
and it's a father and I think two or three of his sons. I and they have they grow everything and they sell it. It's a farm. It's a farm, and they sell all of their stuff. They have they even do tours of the farm, and they have meat and all that too. But the meat is like organically grain fed. It's not processed, shot up with steroids, stuff like that. So yeah, I'll look it up and put it back in the comments.
Okay, that's all. And love you too, Crystal. Thank you for jumping on. We're talking about how our emotional and mental well-being, how it's affected in a positive way by doing hobbies that we love. Dee is gotten into, she's a chef by trade, but she started gardening 3 months ago. I showed the video twice tonight. I think we're going to end with the video too. We're going to end with the video tonight because I want y'all to see what she's doing. I wish that she could come back on a little bit on Thursday, but she's preparing for a vacation. So, but she will be giving us a little video with something because on Thursday night we're going to be talking about our physical and our dietary health. And again, we're ending 2023 strong. And I have a different topic every week. This week is in our emotional, mental, physical, and dietary health. Yes. So I am before I want Dee to finish saying what she was saying, and then we're gonna wrap it up because I have gone over. But I'm so happy to have Chef Dee and Dee on here with her garden on this evening. Thank you all for coming on. I hope that you all have gotten something out of tonight. And I'm so glad that Dee introduced us into about the black
Yes.
farmers in McDonough. Those of us that live in Georgia, I'm actually going to go out there because I want to go purchase from them and get
Mm-hmm.
some fresh vegetables and fruit. It's nothing like, I know what it is to get something out of a garden. The cucumbers and stuff, they smell better.
Yeah.
They taste
Yeah.
fresher. They taste so good. Oh my, when you're peeling them and cutting them, the
Smell. Yeah.
smell when it comes out of a garden, it is so different than when you go to a grocery store and
Mm-hmm.
buy it. And so I know the benefits. I enjoy the benefits of fresh fruits, vegetables, fresh
Yes.
herbs and stuff. Neva said, very informative. Thank you, ladies. So glad you was on with us tonight, Neva. So glad. Didi, you want to tell us, finish up, and then we're going to end with your video.
So I mean, the the last bit of it is, I would say, find what it is, what is your passion, what it is that you can self-care. Okay, finding a hobby, making time to do that, regardless of whatever it is. It doesn't have to make sense to anybody else. And don't be afraid to try things. Y'all, I had no idea that I would be growing food. I mean, it feels like it's the story of my life. I'm always jumping into stuff and I'm like, how did I end up here? And then it doesn't help that I got a husband that he's like, yeah, let's do it. And I'm like, wait, you sure? You know, but it's so exciting. And then, when Shanrae showed my hot tub, I get out there, y'all. It's a dream. I get in there and then I look out. My view is my
Yeah.
garden. Okay. Don't be afraid to try
Mm-hmm.
anything. Don't let anybody talk you out of
Yeah.
trying stuff. Don't let anybody say, oh, you always trying something different. And the most
And
of the
that's
people
right.
that say
That's
stuff to
right.
you wish they had the nerve to try
Mhm.
different things. Look, enjoy
That's
life.
right.
Life is so short. If
Yep.
one of the biggest lessons I
Yep.
learned with losing my husband last year is that life is short.
Yeah.
Enjoy
Yes.
life.
Yes, it is.
Learn how to say no.
Right.
Take
Right.
care of
Right. Right.
yourself. Enjoy
Mm-hmm.
yourself. Don't think that you're too old. I'm gonna be 60 years old next year. And listen, I'm just now.
And look great.
And guess what?
And
And
look
that's why I'm
wonderful.
trying to grow my stuff so I can still be looking good. You understand? But it's never too late. I don't
Yeah.
care if I be 90 years old. If I want to learn something new, that's what I'm going to do. Don't get stagnant,
That's right.
because life is going to be happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And God
Yep.
gives you gifts and talents. Use them. And if you
Use
use
them.
them and you're faithful with a little, he'll reward you with much.
That's what we stand on. He will bless your efforts
And
and make
make
them
you
successful.
successful.
I stand on that. God will bless your efforts and make them successful.
And everything
Yes,
your
He will
hands
make
touch
them.
shall
I'm
prosper.
telling you, yes, they will. Yes. So I want to thank Chef Desi and Desi's Garden. I want to thank you for being my guest on tonight. We're talking about this week, ending 2023 strong in your mental, emotional, physical, and dietary health.
Yes.
We're going to tackle the physical and the dietary health on Thursday, but tonight we had a prime example with Chef Desi in Dee Dee's Garden. I'm going to end it tonight with this so y'all can see this. I'll thank you again for being my guest and taking out
Thank you
time
for
and
having me.
talking and educating those that didn't catch it. Please go back on my YouTube channel. Go to Shanrae Price. Look at this series and look at it again because she gave us some awesome nuggets tonight. We learned about organic things, developed fruits and vegetables, and how they're sold to us, and how certain things are sold to us more expensive than they should be. And we're gonna go from there. But we're gonna end this with Chef Desi and Dee Dee's Garden on tonight. And God bless y'all. I'll see y'all Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on part 2 of Ending 2023 Strong in our dietary and our physical health. Here we go. We're going to play this now. Let me add this in. Okay, did I? Oh, I'm sorry. Let's move it over. Oh, let me hit. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
So
guys. Let me play
Dee-Dee's
it. Here we
garden.
go.
All right, and I got a first-hand view of Dee-Dee's garden. As you can see what they are so beautiful. And she is doing such an amazing job with her beautiful vegetables and her rosemary and the onions and everything, and the kale and the spinach. Let me go over here real quick, and then we're gonna turn. And it's so relaxing back here. It is so
this is
beautiful.
collards.
These are collards. Oh yes.
On this row and the middle row is collards.
Okay.
I planted them at different times so it won't all be together. You know what I'm saying? It's called succession planting.
Okay.
And all of these is broccoli.
Broccoli.
And so they got to form the crown in the middle.
Yes.
And then we'll even be able to eat the leaves.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I'm looking for. So I wanted to give y'all a glimpse. I personally was able to get in Dee-Dee's garden, and I'm telling you, this is so beautiful.
And you know, these are the radishes right here.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
Beautiful.
lighter.
These are Dee-Dee's
mustard.
mustards.
Those are mustard greens. The darker ones are kale.
Okay.
That's kale. But you can see the light green.
Yes.
Those are
the mustards.
all mustard greens. And I planted those from seed. That from
You
seed.
She got this from seed. All
That
right.
from seed. So I seeded them in the ground.
Okay.
And then I did my spinach, lettuce, and carrots in the ground.
And I
From
can't wait.
seed. Yeah.
I can't wait till they grow so we can eat them.
Honey, listen.
Look at how beautiful. And I love how she was saying you have to put the rosemary in it to repel the bugs and everything.
And even these right here,
those are beautiful.
they help to repel insects too.
I like the way she.
But then Mr. Jackson has created
her boxes.
my boxes
To
so, and all of this.
Yes, to keep the.
He is the contractor,
yes.
the designer, to keep everything.
I'm about to show
keeps
you.
it protected.
This is the one who built these boxes right there. That's Mr. Jackson. That's the husband. And then there's mine over there.
And so,
Okay.
and then we're gonna. He's actually
Right.
So over here is where we're getting ready to do another
section
bed.
of. Oh yes.
So this is gonna be fed this way and across, and this is gonna be the
Beautiful.
summer. We're planting the spring.
Okay.
So December I'll start seeding
Okay.
my stuff inside.
Okay.
And probably maybe in this greenhouse right here.
Okay.
I'll start my seeds.
She's got this beautiful greenhouse. Okay.
Yeah, I'll start my seeds,
Okay.
and that way I'll get a jump on it. So when spring, this time to plant, I'll have some nice plants, and I'll just put them in the ground.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
This is, oh my goodness, guys.
So Mr. Jackson is designing this over here
Oh, that's gonna be nice.
with the arches, because I want to
Yes.
do little baby watermelons.
Oh, yes, I can't wait for
and
that.
the lupus and all of that. So that's gonna be exciting
Yes,
with,
that's
with all that.
And I want to show y'all this bonus right here. So look. She got her hot tub as well.